What is up, my fellow mercs? Welcome back to another episode of Sig's Meta Merc Ops, where it's zero sweats, all bangers, all day. I'm your host, of course, Sig, and this is a place for everyday players such as myself to see if the latest Warzone classes really pack a punch, or simply just look on that digital paper. So here's how, of course, this works. I'm going to roll into matches with each hot meta build, which I will be getting from websites or social media video posts by other streamers, players, or even requested by you and other commenters and viewers. Then I'll run those loadouts through real world scenarios. I'm not a sweat, I'm not a tryhard, I'm simply an everyday casual player, and break down what I personally feel like works and what doesn't work, what you should or shouldn't implement in your new loadouts right away inside Warzone. And of course, these are all simply my personal opinions. Take with a grain of salt, but it's my perspective from a casual player stance and not a sweat or a tryhard. I think of it more as like a stress-free lab, fun and fast, and it's all about helping you get those highlight worthy moments in your own games without having to pull your hair out. So it is time to grab your snacks, drop your favorite playlist, and let's jump into today's meta op. It's time to find our next favorite Warzone loadout class. So no sweating required. And with that said, let's go. Right, today's loadout comes from Warzone loadout.games for Warzone metas and resurgence. So this is a website. I'll link it down below in the description as well and the comment section. It's a website that basically you can go find good loadout builds. I will say this, I did one for wzstats.gg. And my consensus for these types of things is take it with a grain of salt. It is a good starting point for you to figure out where you want to go. So, but these two are also highly recommended by other streamers I've been seeing, and they claim to get their loadout from this. So I'm going to kind of be doing a twofer right now. I'm going to copy the loadout and tweak it to the streamer slash COD community, or leave it as is. I'll explain as we're designing those loadouts on which way we go. But right now we're looking for a close range and a secondary. So we're going to do a lot of run and gun, which is not my playstyle. But one I've seen a lot coming in is the C9. I personally don't play with the C9, but we're going to test out. So we're going to rock the C9. And then for our secondary loadout, we're going to use Grekhova, which is a pistol. I do not use pistols. Okay, so there's going to be a learning curve, and this is probably going to be one of the most honest to God type discussions because I don't do running guns and I don't do pistols. So again, coming from my perspective, my bars are already set pretty low, but we'll see by the end of it if it's worth it. And again, if you have a loadout that you want me to try, drop in the comments, DM me, or better yet, tune into a live stream and let me know. I'll test it live on stream for everyone to see. So without further ado, thanks so much for tuning in this day's episode. As always, drop a like and follow. Let's stay up to date for more, and let's get after it. Here we are. Let's test out the C9 and the Grekhova in the fire range, and then let's test it in real world application. Let's get after it, y'all. Fire range C9. 6. Recoil pattern. Bad with the build they have. Ova. Bad. And then recoil pattern. Marginalized, or almost minimum. It's a marginal one, but not too bad. Digging the C9 though. Kill the turtle. There we go. Yes! Ah, look at that. Did I win with the cluster? Or with the air? I did. Fucking airstrike for the win. Oh, this is getting clipped for sure. That is the final kill cam. Nice. All right, so there you have it, the C9 and the Grekhova. I'm gonna be honest with you, like I am all the time, very transparent. I do not use pistols except like ground loot because it's what I drop in with, or in the gulag, or zombies. And other than that, I don't touch pistols. I hate pistols. But the loadout design for the Grekhova makes it very, very nasty and definitely worth being a secondary weapon in your loadout kit. The C9, I have had a beef with this weapon for whatever reason. I couldn't remember or tell you why. I just did not like it, and maybe it's because of all the sweats and the tryhards kind of ruined it for me because they were just running rampant for 3 seasons. Uh, so, neither here nor there. But the nice thing about the Grekhova is because it is a pistol, it already only has 5 attachments you can use. You can partner this with quite literally any other weapon that you like and make a beefy, nasty, disgusting class, because all you have to do is attach the wildcard gunfighter, and that gives your primary slot 3 additional attachments. So at that point, you can have a total of 8. So you rock 8 on your primary and 5 on your secondary, and that secondary would be the Grekhova. Disgusting. For the C9, I did that as well. So the C9's entire build is going to be the Kevlar Microflex, the compensator for the muzzle, the long barrel for the barrel, the vertical foregrip for the underbarrel, the extended mag 2 for the magazine, quick draw grip for the rear grip, balanced stock for the stock, and of course parabellum overpressure fire mod rounds. So disgusting. This was nasty. The only things I would really change on this would be to kind of swap out the underbarrel and the rear grip. I would switch some of those out purely for a little bit of a difference. Like I would do the ergonomic grip for just a little bit more aim down sight ability, along with slide fire and die fire. Like if you want to be a movement demon, put the ergonomic grip on it. If you don't care about that, like I don't personally care about being a movement demon, the quick draw grip is solid for it. If you still want slide to fire and sprint to fire speed, but give up your aim down sight, go with like the commando grip. But really, other than that, the underbarrel, the only other one I was really digging on it was for more control of like recoil stability, horizontal and hip fired ADS accuracy was the G grip. I was really digging when I was playing around with that in a whole different game, not with the clips you just saw. Also, if you want to control aiming idle sway, go with the lightweight foregrip. Other than that, those are really the only two I could think of for the C9. Like, what would you want to increase if you want to make it a little bit with longer range ability? I mean, you can gain a little bit more if you do high velocity, but I mean, I wouldn't personally. And then, of course, with the Grekhova, we have the muzzle for the monolithic suppressor. We have the long barrel for the barrel, the extended mag, 2, the CQB grip, and the weighted stock. These are all kind of slated for a reason for them. They allow for a strong recoil control, both horizontal and vertical. But really, the only thing I was willing to like part ways with, so to speak, was well, I just drew a freaking blank, didn't I? Was the stock or the rear grip? My bad. Was the rear grip and removing that for like the overpressure or the FMJ, or even the recoil spring. Really, even the rapid fires, I would swap out the rear grip for any fire mod and be perfectly fine with it. Just depends on how disgusting you want it to be. FMJ would be a little bit more penetration damage. That's what she said. Rapid fire to make it shoot even quicker, and the recoil springs helps with control a little bit more, and then overpressure just gives you a little bit more distance before it drops off. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. So that's really all I got for this one. Definitely check it out. If you guys care about my perks, I rock the same 3 perks all the time. I rock the same tactical and lethal all the times. But if you want to know more information about that, I can do another video. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in this today's episode of the Meta Merc Ops. I hope you gained something from it. And as always, don't forget to like, follow, stay up to date for more. We do go live here on TikTok over on Tuesdays and Thursdays for sure at 8:30 p.m. Central. So everything's listed down in the description as well. And you can tune in. And if we can get a big enough interest in it, I would like to do a community night where just all of us can hop into a private match. But we shall see. With that said, until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you Mercs have an amazing rest of your night. Till the next operation, I'll see you on the next one.